How's it going, everybody? I'm here in New York City with Luke Rudkowski of We Are Change, and something really interesting happened that is very important. Almost every single video on Luke's channel was demonetized. Okay, first, people who don't know who you are need to know who you are. Who are you? What do you do?
Independent reporter, been on the ground for about 10 years, traveling from crazy places like Venezuela to Fukushima to riots in Greece, riots all over the world. And a real independent media organization that's not left nor right. We hit all different sorts of ways because the true way to progress humanity is to not be in a gang or an affiliation or in an ideology,
but
with the basic concept of truth and letting people decide that truth for themselves by showing them real things that happen on the ground as they happen, live, raw, unfiltered. And that's what we've been doing for about 10 years now. And yeah, we've made a lot of enemies, and we made a lot of powerful enemies. We go after a lot of people in government, we go after a lot of people in the corporatocracy, we go after a lot of influential individuals, and we criticize them. We confronted Eric Schmidt before, which I think him being the former CEO of Google has something to do with our recent developments, which were pretty devastating and depressing to go through now.
Okay, you're an independent journalist. You had 660 videos on your channel demonetized.
Yeah. We all knew this was coming. I've been getting hit by YouTube for a number of years now. A lot of strange coincidences have been happening to me on YouTube. We pretty much rose up out of nowhere with no funding, no finances, no marketing budget at all. I never marketed anything in my life. It's just me providing content and doing journalism, and people supported that. And a big part of our revenue sources comes from YouTube monetization. For a number of years now, we've been getting hit. Strange things have been happening, but I woke up this morning and 660 of my top viewed, most profitable videos all came out in that yellow monetization, saying that they are receiving no ads, and yeah, I'm screwed on that end of it.
So okay, you've been doing this for like 10 years, right?
Yeah.
How long has demonetization been hitting your channel?
5 years now.
5 years.
Well, it depends. It depends, because sometimes we get demonetized where it was blatant, like before anyone, before the big YouTube ad purge happened. We started randomly getting hit with videos without explanation or even notification or even a way to review them. So YouTube went through different tutorials and different stuff. Some of the videos would get hit, some of them wouldn't get hit. So it's on and off. But we knew, since YouTube made an announcement saying that they're going to go after extremist content and that they're changing the terms and services, and they could do virtually whatever they want when they want, even if you don't violate their terms and services. When that happened, I saw, a lot of people saw it coming. I'm getting hit in a different way than what YouTube said it would be doing now.
But, YouTube's, it's their platform. They can do what they want, right? If advertisers don't want to be associated with your content, or YouTube says they don't want to sell ads against your content, is that their fault? It's their choice, right?
Of course, you're 100% right about that. But there's also people making the case that Google is so big, Google owns YouTube, that they're such a monopoly, that they're a public utility, that they're also a bigger part than just a private corporation. And as far as advertisers go, I get a lot of advertising offers. I barely take any. I took one, I think, within the last 3, 4, 5 years, and I did my research on it, and it took me days and days to do research on a company to make sure they were ethical, they had a big, good, Better Business Bureau review code, that they were doing the right thing, that my audience wasn't screwed. So that's the only reason I haven't been doing private advertising. There is a very big interest in advertisers advertising on my content. So you can't say that's not the case. But when it's politically motivated with such a huge utility that everyone uses now to get their news and information and to search all these algorithms, there is room for concern here. Now, I'm not calling for regulation. I'm not even calling for, big government to step in and do anything. I don't want any of that. If you know anything about my content, I don't want any of that. But it is room for concern where people who are outside of the norms, who are the outliers, people who criticize the left and right, who are critical thinkers or free thinkers, whatever you want to call them, when they're getting targeted and hit, and other people are being promoted and pushed, especially in the corporate mainstream media, when they violate the rules and the terms and services and I don't, that makes you think like, hey, there's something wrong here. and it's an epitome of a bigger problem, because as someone told me today, you know, it's only a matter of time since they try to erase you and de-incentivize you and get rid of you online when they'll start doing it in person. And more of these corporations have so much power. And this is where a lot of people get confused with my arguments. A lot of people think I'm libertarian, but I'm also very worried about the corporatocracy. I'm also very worried about the influence and power that private institutions and organizations have over our lives, and Google is one of them. And how to deal with that problem, I have no idea.
Well, so here's the thing. We hear a lot about, you know, we heard recently like the Google memo stuff. We hear a lot about people being banned from social media platforms. Demonetization has been one of these big problems. And you know, if they're not going to ban you outright, because that would cause an uproar, this might be a more effective way. I mean, let me clarify. If they banned your channel, you've got hundreds of thousands of subscribers. You've got hundreds of thousands of followers, millions if you add them all up. That would cause a big, you know, that would cause outrage, and everyone would talk about it. But demonetizing you, that's another way to shut you down. That's not going to get a huge outcry.
Yeah, de-incentivizing you by playing in these vague rules and terms and seeing the double standard unfold in front of you. CNN literally has people eat brains. Like, they still host war content. They host, you know, police brutality content. All monetized, no problem. That's not, you know, that's not a problem. They're a major financial institution that I believe does a huge disservice when an up-and-coming independent guy is getting videos that are doing better than them. They decide to hit him, they decide to take away his money, they de-incentivize him, they make it harder for me to exist, they make it harder for me to even have a staff, they make it harder for me to do videos, and it's already difficult. As you know it, we invest all of our time. I spent almost 10 years putting everything I had, a part of my life, a part of my existence, to building the We Are Change brand. I did everything I could. I risked my life. I almost got murdered because of my work that I've been doing, me laying my life on the line for truth and for bigger ideas. And to see it all go away and de-incentivized in just a matter of someone deciding, and to me, obviously I'm speculating now, and I do that honestly with my audience, I think it's a targeted attack. It's mainly my top videos from years and years ago.
But right. So yeah, that was the first thing I want to say is, you know, we don't know why.
Exactly.
We don't know why they demonetize your videos, but I think, you know, I don't know, a lot of news channels have been getting hit really hard. A lot of political channels have been getting hit really hard. We know about their...
Yeah, if you're a part of the mainstream, no, you're fine. If
right. Well, that's what I was going to say, right? If you go to the news section, you can see war footage, CNN, these big media companies running ads. And I did this test just the other day. I went to one of these videos on the news channel, and it was about North Korea and war and a nuclear missile, and it's like, it's considered, you know, like dangerous, not ad friendly in most cases. Played an ad for Hearthstone. Some good old family fun video game commercials appeared on it. But here's what I want to bring up. 660 videos were demonetized. That's not an accident, right? We know that there's a lot of different ways they target videos for demonetization. The titles, the description, the keywords. In my opinion, it sounds like there's something that all of those videos had in common that made them get targeted because it was instant.
Yeah, I was super careful, especially within the last year to 2 years, about my tags and my titles. You can't put ISIS in there, you can't put war in there, you can't even put Middle East or foreign policy in your tags or titles and description. And I haven't been doing any of that. They're very vague. So it has to be something like the tag We Are Change or Luke Rudkowski. There's other individuals that contacted me previously before who said that just doing interviews with me demonetized their video. They took away my name from the title and tags, and they put their videos up for review, and they were automatically monetized. That problem so far has been fixed. That's a problem that happened 6 months ago. Even, you know, yourself and other people who've been you know, trying to purchase ads on my channel can't, and then there's problems revolving around that.
So I'll clarify. Actually, I tried running ads for my channel. So I have a channel trailer that explains the work that I do, and I bought ads on some popular news channels. I bought, you know, Luke, you've got nearly 500,000 subscribers, I believe. And so I figured that would be a good opportunity because the people who follow you are interested in news topics and the work that I do. It wouldn't work. I tried buying ads on his channel. Yeah, nothing would happen. YouTube, it wouldn't run the ads. I don't know why. That's strange, especially for a channel of your size.
And it's a number of strange incidences that keep happening and happening. And of course, there's no way for you to prove anything because it's a private corporation and they're not entitled to give you public information about you.
Well, they're not obligated to do it.
Yeah, they're not obligated to do it. So you're screwed on that end. But it's a number of things that just keep happening and racking up and racking up and racking up, and makes you really scratch your head. Is there an actual agenda here between shushing people, de-incentivizing them, tell them to go away, making it a very squeaky clean place where people just toe the line and are acceptable for corporations or government? And that's exactly what's happening right now online. And when it happens online, it's going to happen in the real world as well.
All right, but let me say this. What you do would not be possible without YouTube, whether or not they allow advertising, whether or not they give you any money or incentive. You're still getting a free place to host videos that people can find. They can search for it, they can find it. I mean, to an extent, you still you're still essentially being given a free platform that allows you to do the work that you do.
Well, technically, it's a revenue share with YouTube. YouTube takes, I believe, 45% of the revenue that I generate for them by the people that I bring towards them. So it's a mutually agreed upon agreement that comes upon
So hold on,
them.
so you're saying that Google's losing money on this deal too? It's not just about you?
Not really anything that they would care of any significance, but for me, someone who, and again, I see some of the comments that people are like, oh, you travel all this money. Number one, I don't have that much money. Like, you know, with travel hacking, you can do so much more.
Yeah, people think traveling is expensive.
It's not. It's super cheap, especially if you know the tricks and hacks around it, which I do. And people don't understand, like, $1,000, $2,000 is a lot to me. You know, and I'm going up against corporations that spend, what was it, $30,000 on one clip on YouTube. Some of them, big media organizations and institutions that spend that much money on one thing, and I'm still getting more views with them sometimes. You know, there's other weird things that are happening, like the views to dislike ratio being off, people complaining that they sign up for the notification, they sign up for the bell, they never get it. So there's obviously something sinister, I believe, from my speculations deep down happening, because there's only so many kind of incidents that happen like this that you can say, wait, hold on, there's an agenda here. And I think it's being played out and it's being understood with the recent scandal that happened with the Google employee who wrote the paper about gender and the reaction towards that. So I think that is one microcosm of a bigger problem that's happening and unfolding between you two.
Well, so yeah, let's look at that. Could this just be then that Google employees tend to be far left progressives and they don't like you?
But I'm not far right either.
No, but come on, like.
But I criticize the far left and I criticize the far right.
But you know how it goes.
And they did decide to have the ADL a part of their vetting and filtering process to see what's acceptable and not. And that's the same organization that labeled a meme a hate symbol, a meme of a frog. So you have to understand, like, hold on here. Like, there's a lot of room for concern here. And it is publicly noted that social media organizations and even search engines, they sway real life events, they sway elections, they have influence on such a great level. And when they scrub out anything that they seem unacceptable or anti-establishment, they're doing a huge disservice not only to their platform, their audience, but to the entire world, because it's voices like me, voices like you and other people on this platform that are contrarian that need to be heard in order to have a better existence and a better life for everybody.
All right, man. So what are you gonna do? What's your plan?
It's hard. You know, 10 years, 500,000 YouTube subscribers. I'm gonna put a lot of resources into Steemit. I have a Steemit page on steemit.com/@LukeWeAreChange. It combines social media with cryptocurrencies, and if it really wasn't for cryptocurrencies and donations that I've been getting through amazing, incredible individuals who support my work online, I would not be here today. So I want to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart. The website's wearechange.org/donate. I have an email sign-up list that I control. I can't contact all my YouTube subscribers. The YouTube algorithm will make sure I never reach all of my subscribers. So I have an email list on wearechange.org, wearechange.org/donate, Steemit, social media, cryptocurrencies, decentralization, having your own website are the future. It's what's going to be needed. And so I'm not intimidated. I'm not going away. This is only going to be emboldening me and lighting a fire underneath my butt. And I'm gonna kick some major ass, and I'm gonna do a lot more now. And I was starting to get defeated, but now really it took this shock, this slap upside my face. It's like, hey, I'm really pissing them off. I might as well piss them off even more. Let's do it.
Until they delete you.
Do it. I'll be out here screaming like a madman with a bullhorn, throwing flyers and DVDs out here just like I was 10 years ago, which I was doing. I won't shut up. I won't be quiet because they don't want me to.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, thanks for explaining. Thank you all so much for watching. I got some new equipment. I got this microphone and stuff. But yeah, so earlier today I saw Luke was tweeting about this. 660 videos demonetized overnight. That's the biggest demonetization I have heard of, I swear to God. And so I figured, you know, the adpocalypse demonetization, it's still happening. Not so much to me as anymore, but to hear that Luke got hit 660 videos, that's crazy, seriously. So comment below and let me know what you think. Are they really going after independent news? I don't know. You know, it really is speculative. But Luke certainly thinks that, because they've been demonetizing his videos for a while now. But if you like the video, click the like button. We'll keep the conversation going. If you want to follow me, I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Timcast. You can support my work by going to timcast.com/donate. Give whatever you'd like, give nothing at all. My videos will always be free and available, but I do take Bitcoin, and that is up on my website as well. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow at 4 p.m.